Hey guys, Tisha here, and we're back for another Sister Wives Season 3 rewatch. I said it's like that because I always get tongue-tied. So let's begin. We see that Kody is struggling with the family not being in the same household. He said that he's having a difficult time making sure that each relationship feels like they're getting the time that they deserve and that people are being nurtured. He misses being in one home because being in one home allowed him to have access not to just all his kids, but to his wives as well. Being able to see them every day throughout the day versus now he's not able to see either his kids or his wives every day. As he's talking, I can't help but think that I do not feel sorry for Kody while he's saying this, because all of this is because of Kody. We find out that since being in 4 separate houses, that the family tries to get together at least twice a week. This particular night, they're going out to eat at a Mexican restaurant, which allows all the kids 12 and under to eat for free, which is important when you come from a family that's their size. And they're doing this on Christine's night. Now, I don't know if the gatherings always fall on Christine's night or if it just so happened that this time it did. But if this was something that always fell on her night, I could see why Christine may feel like she's not getting as much time as the other wives. They're talking to the kids, and while at dinner, Hunter mentions that one of the things that he's really excited about is being able to go to his uncle's ranch this summer because he's going to get to work and he's going to get to earn some money. He still doesn't like Vegas, so he's really, really looking forward to being away. Logan says that he's going to always prefer Utah over Vegas, but he's fine. He's not struggling the way that Hunter is, and that no matter what, he's always going to go back to Utah. Made me wonder, does anybody know where Logan stays? I've seen images of Logan now, like especially recently when he got married with his wife, but I never really looked into what he's doing and where he stays, mainly because I guess I don't want to say I'm trying to respect his privacy because he's, on social media, I guess, to a certain extent, but because he's made it a point of once he got to college, he kind of stepped away from being filmed and stuff. So just wondering. Kody says he doesn't know if he'll ever go back to Utah, but what he does desire is for him to be able to either be in a cul-de-sac when they move somewhere permanent in Vegas, or he wants one home because he's tired. He's tired of going back and forth, and he's tired of all the running that he does. I watched this episode kind of looking at Kody like a lot of your fatigue comes from yourself, because Kody is not being responsible. He's leaving certain items at certain houses and forgetting what he has where and all those other things, which may be part of the reason why he had one of everything by the time that they got to Flagstaff. But I think a responsible person, if you know that you're going to be in 4 homes, that you might pick out certain things ahead of time so that you can make sure that you have it in whatever home that you're at. Of course, like things like, underwear and socks and stuff like that. Yeah, have that at your wife's house, but outfits, maybe a certain amount at each house, but running back and forth the way he was, I think it was really, really annoying. Kody announces at the dinner that his greatest desire is to have everyone on one property before Logan goes to college. Doesn't feel like this property necessarily has to be one house, but he wants them to be on one piece of land before Logan leaves for college. After family functions in Utah, Mary says that normally the teenagers will go and hang out at her home. And now it's to the point that the teenagers don't get to do that. Once they leave, they go to their respective homes, and that's the end of it. So not only are the children no longer getting to hang out in the house as much, but they're also not hanging out as much after functions that they would normally get to see each other afterwards. As Kody is saying goodbye to all his kids and saying, you know, I'm going over to Christine, so say goodbye to me tonight, he goes over to different wives, and they play a clip of him speaking on how jealousy creeps in with wives when you love one more than the other. I think that this is where Kody went wrong. And a lot of Kody's problems came because he had some clear favorites and he didn't divide his time equally. And if he had done that, things might have went smoother as far as his marriages were concerned. Janelle and Christine talk about how when Kody's not there, they, you know, kind of sabotage themselves and think about, oh, he's probably having so much fun with the family that he's with. Janelle says, but, you know, doing that and comparing relationships is dangerous, that if you do that, then you'll never be happy. So with Janelle saying that, is this why Christine hasn't been happy since? Because we know that once Robin came along, that's when the comparisons really started for Christine. Christine says that she does not feel like Kody is equal with his time, that he caters to Robin's needs and her kids' needs, that he's busy building his relationship with Robin and his kids when Christine feels like they need some of that same time and they also need to build their relationship. Christine told no lies when she made that statement. I'm seeing more and more that Christine was the most honest adult when filming, because some of the same things that we're hearing her complain about now, she brought up in, you know, future episodes that we've seen in seasons like 16, 17, and 18. I will say this, it is very apparent that Kody did give Robin more time. He admitted to doing such, even with him when he traveled to go see her and her kids. That wasn't, I'm going this day and I'm coming back this day. He was staying for a weekend. And then he felt like she deserved more time, you know, so that he can get acclimated to her children. And then after that, she got a long honeymoon. Like, she got things that the other wives didn't get. So I can understand why Christine would feel like he was not spreading his time equally. Kody says he has never been in this place or this position with Christine before where they're struggling, that he's loved her all his life and now they're just at a different point. So hold up, y'all. Did you hear that? Kody said that he's loved Christine all his life. At least that's how he's felt in season 3. Now we know later on he goes to say that he never loved her and all those other mean things that Kody said. I really feel like this further shows how manipulative Kody is, because here you are saying that you loved her your entire life and then you get mad enough at her and I guess all that goes out the window. Christine lets us know that she's not trying to put all the blame on Robin, because Robin's really not to blame. She is. But she says that she feels like Robin is wonderful. So she's putting her blame on Kody. She is struggling and it's hard for her. I don't know when Christine realized that Robin was part of the problem, because here we have her saying that she doesn't feel like Robin is the problem, but we know later on she did kind of blame Robin for some things. So I want to know when the switch clicked on for her that Robin is the problem. Christine says that she needs to actively work on herself and make a choice to be happy. I do agree that Christine needs to work on herself with some things, but there's only so much you can do if the other party isn't meeting you halfway. And it seems to me like Kody didn't feel like he needed to meet her halfway. Janelle said that Kody and Christine have been very honest about their struggles and about how their relationship isn't where it used to be and it's no longer working the way it used to work. And this statement was made by Janelle in the confessional on the couch around all of the adults. So when we have in season 17 and 16 where Robin and Kody are trying to act like they didn't know that Christine wanted to leave, or they didn't know that Christine wasn't happy, or they didn't know that Christine felt this way, they're lying. Because here we have Janelle with all of the adults on the couch saying that they're all aware that Christine and Kody are struggling. And no one at that time when she said it objected or said, oh no, I wasn't aware. They all were sitting there like, Janelle says that she can feel the tension between them. And that sometimes if wives are struggling, you can kind of feel the tension across the board. Christine says that maybe the problem is that she has a lot of expectations and not a lot of appreciation. Based on what Christine is saying, I don't think that she's asking for too much. I think that what she's asking for is reasonable. You just want more time with your husband. She says she doesn't know if she cares what Kody wants anymore because some of what he wants is just too much work. That is telling. We're hearing this from Christine not even a complete year into them moving into Vegas. So she was questioning it then on where she stood in the family. I firmly believe that what kept Christine there was those kids. Christine says for years that she had a great thing, and now she just doesn't know. She doesn't know what she has. Kody spends the night, he wakes up, and what I notice is that he leaves Christine first thing in the morning. So you spent majority of her time at dinner with the family. You came back from dinner with the family. You told the kids good night and stuff. Y'all went to bed, you woke up, and you get ready to leave out first thing in the morning, which goes back to her saying that when he was over there, sometimes he was disconnected and he wouldn't be engaged and he would leave early. And this isn't even the part that she was talking about. I just don't understand why he's leaving so early if he doesn't have a job yet. We then see him leaving so early because guess where he's going? To Robin's house. He heads to Robin's house early Tuesday morning. We see Mary's child, Leon, watching the kids. They have an ultrasound to find out the gender. As they're there getting the ultrasound, Robin so eagerly says that this is their 17th child. And the ultrasound tech is like, your 17th child, having conversation like 17, wow, y'all da-da-da. And then she decides to tell the ultrasound tech all her business about how there's 4 wives and a whole bunch of kids between the wives. I sat there and I was like, how is it that Robin is so comfortable telling this technician that she's basically a part of a polygamous family, but when she went to the store, I can't remember if it was season one, to get her dresses and the dresses for the, I was going to call them bridesmaids, but they weren't bridesmaids, for the other wives, when asked if they're the bridesmaids, she said, no, they're the special guests. So is it that you pick and choose when you want to say what you are, or is it that you just felt more free because, you're in Vegas? Robin says that normally Peyton, Gwen, and Isabel come over to her house the most. Then sometimes the teenagers will come and raid her kitchen. She made it seem like it didn't bother her because she talked about how Logan will eat her leftovers and stuff. But it kind of sounded like it was a little condescending to me. I could be wrong because I don't like Robin, but that's just how it came across to me. We hear how Robin, with 3 kids, has her hands full. The statement was made by Kody. Remember, Christine at one point has said that she had asked Kody for help and he told her he can't help her. But here we have Robin, who had 3 kids, getting help, and Christine, who had 5 kids, before Truly came along, and Janelle 6, and she wasn't getting help. She was doing it on her own, maybe with an occasional help from Mary, but majority of the time she was doing it by herself. So here is also another example of the favoritism that the wives speak of. We find out that Kody has cashed out his retirement fund because he wants to invest money in a company, and also he wants to start, figuring out if they're going to build homes. He wants the homes to be beside each other. He's trying to get ready for this business meeting. Robin then talks about how with her relationship with Kody, that she wants it to always be a honeymoon experience, and that she witnessed this with her mom and dad for years and years. Her mother trained her very well because, like I said in a previous episode, that was not Robin's biological father. Robin's biological father was X'd out the equation the same way that Robin's 3 children's biological father was X'd out. And Robin did like what her mother did, where she made everything about that man. Janelle says it is very unrealistic to act like we're always in a honeymoon. And Mary defends her, saying that it's real for Robin and it works for Robin. It's so funny to me how the one person who always defended Robin the most, who brought her into the family, who had her back, was left by the wayside and continues to be left being strung along by both Robin and Kody. Robin says that when Kody is there, that she doesn't do other things, like she saved the other things for after he leaves. And that when he's there, she makes sure that she makes him the priority. So remember, Kody says he's the son and all the wives rotate around him. This is what Kody wants. Kody wants to feel like he's the man, and Robin provides him with this opportunity. She says that doing this allows for them to grow closer together. This goes back to Janelle saying that Robin acts like she's needy. Robin discovered very early on what some of Kody's relationships were lacking, and Robin made sure that she filled that space. Robin talks about how the honeymoon phase happens and then he leaves, and while he's gone, it just absence makes the heart grow fonder. We keep hearing from Kody about how Robin wants this close relationship with the wives and the kids, and how she has so much love to give. We then see that it's morning time, and he's not rushing to leave Robin's house. Instead, he wants to go exercise, and he is looking for clothes, and Robin decides that she's going to work out with him, and he doesn't have sweats there, so he goes over to Christine's, which isn't far away, gets clothes, then goes back to Robin and works out with Robin. Kody speaks how they all have to have good relationships in order for this to work, and some of the key things are love, communication, forgiveness, and commitment. He didn't follow his own rules, especially as time went along, because we know that he was lacking very much in communication with different wives. Kody picked and chose when he was going to be this love person, this person who liked to communicate and forgive. He didn't forgive. He never forgave Mary. He said he did, but his actions showed that he didn't. And I don't think he forgave Christine either. Christine lost him when she started complaining about how he favored Robin. He goes to Mary's house because, remember, he has this business meeting, getting business clothes. I believe very much so that this is the popping in and out that Christine was talking about. One of the things that Kody used to do was he would come and go as he pleased. This is very much so it. Mary says she doesn't like not seeing him every day, but she enjoys being in her own house. He comes back from the business meeting and sits down with the ladies. At least, I don't know if he went to a business meeting and then came to them or what, because we didn't see him at the business meeting. We just heard him talk about it. And then when he came back, he sat down with the ladies telling him all these different ideas. So one of the things that he pitches is a family food franchise where it's healthier food options. The ladies laugh. Mary says that she does not know how she feels about doing a family business because she still wants to work with at-risk youth, and she just doesn't know if she's going to have time for the family business. Janelle says that resources are limited, and at this point, we need to figure something out. The family business was doomed to fail because there were too many opinions, if you ask me. Kody is back. It's Mary's night. Mary wants to go out. He decides to invite their child out with them. He talks about how their child now is more like an only child because it's just them in that household. And now they don't live close to the family anymore. They are a mile away from everyone. So they don't see everyone as much as some of the other kids get to see each other because some of the kids are in walking distance from each other's homes, whereas it's more of a walk for Leon if Leon wants to go see the siblings. Kody then jokes about waking up in the middle of the night sometimes and not remembering where he is, and then Mary says, don't admit that to your wives. And he jokes around and says how one night when he was at Robin's, he woke up in the middle of the night saying, I love you, Mary, but Robin was a good sport about it. Kody says that him and Mary had difficult times. They fight like teenagers and sometimes they don't like each other, but they're gonna stay married, and he's planning on another 20 years of good marriage. Man, oh man, is this not the case? Is this why Mary is still holding on? Because this last episode for season 18 with Mary saying that she's still holding on, she's not leaving him, and him basically telling her that he doesn't understand why she's even in Flagstaff was so cringy to me. Janelle lets it be known again that she is still a financial person and she knows how to set their ideas in motion. We see him with Janelle's family and them eating because it's her night and they're all at the table. And Janelle says that a lot of what they do involves the kids. They don't have as much one-on-one time. So Kody decides, like, let's go for a ride. Let's look at, some potential spots that we could put 4 houses on. We see them looking at this one lot. Imagining what it would be like to have 4 houses on it. Madison talks about how she doesn't see him every day, but it's not 4 days that she goes out without seeing him. So Christine let us know that both her and her kids don't always see him every day. That sometimes, a lot of times, is every 4 days. So does that go back to where in this most recent episode, Christine said that Janelle's kids had a harder time with what Kody did as far as not seeing them because they were more accustomed to seeing him, whereas he didn't see Christine as much. I feel like that's an example of that. Kody talks about, how much he loves and cares for Janelle, how Janelle is who gave him his first child, and that Janelle helped him and Mary out during a struggle because they were having a really, really difficult time in their marriage. And she looked at him and pulled him in and said, look, you need to work this out with Mary. She's worth it. Man, how this has changed. I wonder if Janelle ever said that again to him, or even if Robin did, because how do you go from caring about what they have to say and taking their advice to now stringing these women along? He said one of the things that he loves about Janelle is that she has put effort into the family. Effort also, in my opinion, means money. We see Kody trying to set up her TV, and once again, he's popping in and out looking for tools. He's such a scatterbrain. The whole time he was looking for tools, what he needed was at Janelle's house in the first place. Kody says that in Utah, he wasn't centered, that he was kind of just, going from place to place as far as in the house, like he was floating from wife's house to wife's house. And he promises that he's going to be more present and more centered when they move into their homes, and Christine made him repeat that. The wives feel like Kody has aged a lot since the move. We see him and Christine talking, and Christine saying that they're just not connected and all these other things. And we hear Mary say that there's a lot of times where she gets angry with Christine because she doesn't feel like Christine is doing what she's capable of to make the marriage better. I don't know who Mary thought she was at that time, because she also said that Christine needs to give it her all and make it work. This is why you have to be careful what you say, because she was so quick to talk about what she did and how she made it work and how she just wants to give Christine advice on how she can make it work. But here we are 10 years later, and Mary has still not been able to make it work with Kody. Kody wants no parts of Mary. So Mary saying all of this now, it doesn't look good, because you're experiencing what Christine said that she was experiencing, just in a different way. Christine said that her relationship used to be easy with Kody, and it hasn't been like that. That since Robin, she just doesn't feel special anymore. We then hear how Isabel is sweet to everyone else but her. Isabel says that Mary is nice and that they get to watch movies and play dolls and do fun things at the house. I don't understand what really happened with Mykelti and Mary, man. I just don't understand it. And I'm going to tell you why I don't understand it. I don't understand it because Isabel, when Mary found out that she missed Isabel, she felt a way about not knowing that Isabel was there. But here you have Isabel talking about like how much fun Mary was. So Mary at one point was good to Christine's kids. But if Mykelti tells it, Mykelti does not want to have any parts of Mary. She doesn't feel like Mary's safe. So what happened? We then have family dinner at Christine's house. She said the family's coming over. So Christine, the first family night was on Christine's night, and that was at the restaurant. And now here's another family dinner, and it's on Christine's night. Christine is in the kitchen getting things prepared, and I'm just like, okay, this is what Christine is talking about. Christine said a few episodes ago in season 18 how she would have things at her house and events at her house, and Kody wouldn't help her, but she would see that Kody would help Robin when she did things at her house. And here you have Christine getting ready for a family dinner. She's in the kitchen, and Kody is in their bedroom sleeping. So Christine sends, I don't remember if it was Peyton, but one of the kids to come and wake him up. We see the different families arrive. Hunter is in Christine's little pool, and he's having a good time. And Janelle is smiling because she said that this is the most fun she's seen him have since the move. That speaks volumes. Christine talks again about jealousy. We then find out, because then after that, they're at Robin's for the ultrasound thing. And we find out that Robin is having a boy. Kody feels like babies help bring the family together and that it helps bond them. Christine says that she loves all of the kids and her sister wives, but she's still struggling. Kody feels like at some point they're going to work it out. I think they worked it out on a surface level, but I think it was something that continued to bother Christine. We then find out from Robin that Dayton is excited about having a little brother that looks up to him. And Kody says all of the kids are excited. That is the end of my review for The 4 Lives of Kody. Let me know what you all think down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. I was saying that I'm on the road to 250, and based on what I saw earlier, I'm past 250. I don't know what the current number is, but thank you guys so much. We're going up from here. I'm going to have a new number because I want to get to the point where this platform can be monetized. I am a single mom of a 16-year-old, and it's going to get to a point where I want to make sure that he's really, really good to go. especially in terms of college. So if me doing YouTube and doing some reviews can bring in additional income so that my son could be debt-free when he's done with whatever level of education he decides to pursue, that would be amazing. All right, y'all, we got this clicker thing again. Let's see if it works. Like, comment, and subscribe again. As I said, thank you so much for your time. Until next time.